Better than most. Woo! I need to lock the f in. This is going to be a battle of mediocrity right here. Oh man, this thing's gonna end up winning it. What have we come to? That's how it ends. Call Tej the Sofa King, because we are back. We have a brand new style of review coming at you live. I know I promised you guys a QI35 fitting and on-course test, but the production team here at TEJ is still yet to figure out how to use a camera on the golf course fully. In the meantime, I wanted to deliver to you guys one of the most requested reviews that I have gotten in recent months, and that is possibly the most talked about putter in the world, the LAB Golf DF3 against PXG's rival, torqueless, low torque, whatever the hell you want to call it putter, the Allan. So we are going to be delivering that to you guys. We've got 9 holes of match play. This is going to be a sick video. Let's get it. Okay guys, before we head out to the golf course and do our testing, there are a few things that I think are important to cover about these putters, how they're supposed to actually be different on a piece of paper. I think we always get really caught up in they're both zero torque or they're both low torque, and while that may be true, they might be close, they are actually decently different. So let's go ahead and cover some of those differences, starting with torque itself. So with the DF3, I have this listed as a zero torque putter personally, and then with the PXG Allan, I actually have it listed as a low torque but toe up putter from a biased perspective, and I'll explain why. The reason being is with DF3, if I were to take this putter and I were to balance it on my hand, it really has no bias. It kind of just goes with the flow. That is what zero torque is, no bias and twisting. With the PXG Allan, on the other hand, if I were to take this putter and I were to put it on my hand, it does have a bias. It wants to be a toe up putter. It doesn't, if I put it here, it will go back to toe up. So I would consider that low torque because it's lower torque than something with significant toe hang, but I wouldn't consider that zero torque, and I would also consider it a toe up putter. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, now from a material perspective, again, these are decently different. The LAB Golf DF3 is made out of 6061 anodized aluminum. The PXG Allan, on the other hand, actually has some aluminum pieces and then also stainless steel. So you have a stainless steel face on this putter with milled pyramid grooves, and then you actually have a polymer that is injected behind the face to try to make the putter feel a little bit better, a little bit softer. So you're getting the benefits of the roll from the pyramid milling and then the feel from the polymer. Hopefully that makes sense as well. Head weights, these are like pretty much the exact same, which is really interesting. So with LAB, you can get this in 3 different weight options. You have light, standard, and heavy. Now, it's important to note that standard is what you get in the stock position. You can't choose head weight if you just go stock, and it's 370 to 380 grams. We'll call that 375. The reason there's a variance is because you've got the weights in the bottom that they're using to balance the putter, so there's just gonna be a little bit of variance when they're balancing the putter. With the PXG Allan, you can go anywhere from 360 to 395 grams. Stock is 375, just like the LAB Golf DF3. So they're pretty much the same from a head weight perspective. Now the loft story with both of these putters. Obviously they have pretty significant onset, both of them. And when that's the case, you've got a lot of measured loft. So if you were to put these in a lofted lie gauge, they would both measure out at about 5 degrees of loft, but they both have built-in shaft lean. As you can see, both of them have built-in shaft lean. And it's about 2 degrees, so the effective loft is about 3 degrees. Now, the interesting story again comes with the grip options. Obviously with LAB Golf, you have the option of getting 3 different types of press grips. You have 1.5, 2, and 3 degree press grips. This is a 2 right here. What this allows, okay, is when I'm holding this putter, obviously it's a little uncomfortable when you just have shaft lean, but this grip allows the shaft to enter at an angle, so I'm getting the benefits of the shaft lean, putting my hands a little bit closer to the face, but it feels very natural. I don't feel like I'm leaning the shaft. So that's why if you were going to get these, you would probably want a lean grip. With PXG, you only have a 1.5 degree lean grip available from them. Obviously, you could just go buy a press grip and throw it on your PXG if you really want it. The next thing, and this is going to be a hair of a debatable topic, because in their most stock configurations, you can only get these in one color and one alignment aid, unless you go to PGA Superstore and you happen to pawn upon a blue one or a pink one. But in their most stock online configurations, you're getting black and you're getting one simple alignment aid. But with the LAB Golf DF3, if you want to go custom, it's a $110 upcharge. You get up to 8 different colors, which is really cool, right? But how about this? 46 different alignment aids. That is insane, okay? With a putter that wants to stay square to the target, you need to make sure you're aligning it properly. Having that option is unreal. I've never seen it from another major OEM. Absolutely fantastic. The last thing is going to be the retail pricing. In their most stock configurations with steel shafts, they're each $450 US. So they're basically the same. With the DF3, if we go with these custom options up here, or if you want to go with a stock configuration in terms of alignment aid and color, but you want an Acro shaft, it's going to run you around $550. With the PXG, if you want to go with the upgraded M16 proprietary putter shaft that they put in their putters, it's again going to run you around an extra $100. So right around in that $550 range. Now, if you really want to spec out the DF3 and you want the TPT, that's gonna run you just south of $1,000. That's gonna give you absolutely like the lowest torque putter shaft on the market. It's actually proprietary design between TPT and LAB. That's how much you can spec it out if you really want to. And that pretty much covers all of the main differences of these putters on a piece of paper. But what we're gonna do is take these putters out on the golf course. I'm gonna play 9 holes with them, and we're gonna see how these things perform, feel, look, what I think of them. It's gonna be really fun. Let's head out to the golf course and get to testing. All right, guys, so we're out here on the golf course, and the way we're gonna work through this, randomized putts, 6 to 60 feet. I've already generated all the random putt work. I've already generated all of the random numbers. What we're gonna do, though, to make this as fair as humanly possible is I'm gonna flip a tee to figure out which one of these goes first, and then I am going to switch them off hole by hole. I have not hit a single practice putt. I have zero bias here. I just wanna see how each of these putters performs. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's flip the tee for it. That is at the PXG, excuse me, that is at the DF3. So we are gonna start with the DF3. Downhill, right to lefter, 42 feet here on this first hole. Taking a look down at this thing, obviously it looks like a mini frying pan. I mean, there's really no other way around that. I think it looks better than the 2.1. I have not tested the OZ.1, but I think that would probably look a little bit cleaner to my eye personally than this. Nonetheless, I don't think this is a bad look. For the size of it, how much MOI it has, I really don't hate it. Like, I could putt with this, no doubt. In terms of how it sits, especially with a grip that has no lean built in, totally fine. I mean, they've really designed this well in terms of a sole draft perspective. So when I just kind of let this sit in its normal position, it doesn't feel like it's flopping anywhere, doesn't want to go forward, doesn't want to go back, just kind of wants to sit in a very nice position. All right, guys, I do want to address the elephant in the room, because obviously you're probably wondering why the putters have different grips than how we started with. And there's actually 2 reasons for it. We are using club grips. Why is that? First and foremost, it allows us to have the exact same grip on both of these putters. Additionally, using a round club grip is going to take out the element of not having the flat surface area of a traditional putter grip perfectly lined up perpendicular to the face. And so what that takes out is the element of manipulating the face angle on a putter that wants to stay square to the arc, ideally, based on what both of these companies are saying these putters are meant to do. From there, I did order each of these with the entry-level upgraded putter shaft. With the PXG, you have that M16, and with the LAB, you do have that Acro graphite putter shaft. Now, I'm not gonna get into full tech specs on these shafts, but the thing you have to know is that they are stiffer than traditional steel to hopefully enhance stability. With that, let's get back to our testing. Feel-wise, it's actually really good. I haven't been like the biggest proponent of the grooves, but I like how it feels. It's not as dead as some other putters that have grooves, which I really, really like. Although I absolutely killed that one. So maybe I do need a putter that's a little bit more dead. All right, now Allan. Looking down at this thing, immediately the first thing I notice when holding this is the sole draft is not designed the same as the LAB. If I set these both in a similar position, in terms of lean, the PXG wants to fall forward and kind of close. So the sole draft is just designed differently. I don't like that personally. It really feels like to get this square, you kind of have to lean the crap out of it, which I find pretty uncomfortable, to be totally frank. But looking at it, I actually really like the way that this aluminum contrasts with the black. It kind of looks like a TaylorMade Spider with the true path alignment. To me, that looks really good. It's about the width of a golf ball. And feel-wise, that was really weird. It's It's hard to describe. It didn't really feel solid. I don't know if that's the polymer behind the face or this shaft, but I did hit a better putt. So at the end of the day, it's like, who cares? All right, I messed up. I forgot a tee. So I just have to use my thumbprint. All right, uphill left to right, or somewhere in the realm of like, I don't know, maybe 9-10 feet here. That's big. That is a huge start right there. All right, now Allan. Uphill, maybe 5 feet. I really don't like how much you have to lean this. I mean, look at this. Literally. But I can't argue with that. All right, all square through one. All right, hole 2 is going to be a 29-footer. And I'll try to switch them off, like right to left, left to right, but there's no promises because I don't know where the pins are. So Allan goes first. I think part of the reason it has so much shaft lean is because they're trying to preset your hands. They don't want you adding any shaft lean coming into impact. I don't know how to describe this. It like doesn't feel solid. It's so weird. I don't know if it's the shaft. That wasn't a good putt, no doubt about it, but I left that like 8 feet short. I don't really do that. And I think part of it is when you have that much shaft lean, you feel like you're de-lofting it and you're just scared to hit it. With this thing, I really do feel like I can just swing it. It just feels a little bit more like a normal putter. Go. Easy par there. Back to the Allan. Damn it. That one felt a little more solid. I don't know if it's just because of where I caught it on the face or something. Okay. That was not good. PXG is 1 down. Remember, it's match play. I know I just 4-putted, but it is match play, all right? 9-footer here, and we start with the DF3. Little right to left. Maybe right edge, just outside. Didn't hit it. Didn't keep the speed up. It's going to give Allan an opportunity. I think this really has to go down. No. That wasn't even close. It's just very uncomfortable, man. I gotta be honest. Having that much shaft lean is just very weird. It's a weird position to start in. 15 is 45, 16 is 48, 49-footer. Allan goes first. You know, I was just thinking though, like if you were wrist locking this, it would actually be maybe the perfect putter. Because the labs feel a little weird when you go to arm lock them. This would be like legit perfect. Go. It just feels like dead off the face. It's very hard to describe what I mean. It's frustrating. It's funny too, because every single influencer has a lab, and I was hoping maybe there's a chance this would dethrone it. I don't even think it's gonna be close by the end of this. That sounds biased as hell, by the way, but it's not, I promise. Just trust Tej. Trying to actually hit good putts. Like, that just feels so much more solid, and it's evident in the speed. Like, I'm not saying that was a great putt, but like, I probably hit those similarly in terms of club speed, and the ball speed is like drastically different. I mean, I'm getting extra, I don't know, maybe 2 feet out of that. Yeah, 2 feet. I'm just gonna pretend this is an arm lock putter. Legit. That's the move. I'm telling you, if you turned this into an arm lock putter, if you got like a wrist lock grip or a long grip, this thing would sit beautifully. Look at that. But in a standard, normal putting position, I mean, look at this thing. It just wants to flop closed. All right, DF3, DF3. I knew I missed that. I knew it. Now I'm switching between 2 different putting styles. This is gonna be close because it's literally going to be a mid-off. This is going to be a battle of mediocrity right here. All right, this is a joke. I just gotta be honest. I need to lock the in because I'm making both PXG and LAB look bad. I'm never gonna get a paycheck from anyone if I keep doing this. 14-footer, uphill, left to right. PXG went first. DF3 goes first. That's it. Wow, I actually hit that really hard. I'm not taking the chance. After I missed that 2-footer, there's no way I'm taking that chance right there. Can't afford it. Dude, after bad-mouthing this PXG, if it ends up winning, I'm gonna look like such a doofus. But I'm legit like semi-arm locking this. I think that's like the most logical way to putt with this. Like I don't know if it's the pyramid grooves or what. I hate to be that guy. I really hate to dog on a product. It is easy to align though. Literally almost missed that. Oh, by the way, you can pick both of these up if you'd like with the sole. Whoops, this one's a little harder. But look at that. Easy to pick up. Easy to pick up. For those who need it, it is worth noting. Inside the hole. Yeah. It's just different. The thing about this LAB DF3 is when you're putting with it, right? And you're letting it sit in a natural position, it feels like the face kind of does just want to swing along the arc. With the PXG, because you have so much lean like this, it feels like you're trying to like manipulate the club face out in some way. It's odd. All right, 30 footer here. Started with DF3 in the last hole, so it's Allan season. Gonna arm lock this thing to a victory. Dude, it feels just, it's so dead. And I honestly think a huge part of that, there just isn't enough face material coming into contact with the golf ball. And then when you pair that with the polymer, that has to be what it is. I know I complain a lot, but all right. Now DF3, the tee is literally right in my way. I'm gonna do it right, guys. Just gonna move that over like a good USGA rule-abiding citizen. Oh, I firmed that one. That's it. Yeah, I mean, you can just tell with the speed on every single one of these putts I hit. The DF3 just comes off with more pace. Move my tee back. All right, all square. About as easy as it gets right here. Pretty much dead straight, uphill, 12 footer. I think I was aligned right, because I hit that exactly where I wanted to. Okay, that was almost tragic. Now Allan. Oh man, this thing's gonna end up winning it, even though I've just sat here and bashed it for 7 straight holes. Okay, Allan is 1 up with 2 to play in one of the largest turns of events that we've seen on the channel. 47 footer. And Allan has the honors. If I make this, I could end it right here. There's a little meat on that bone, baby. We're starting to run out of daylight. Better than most. Better than most! Woo! All square, baby. That was massive. You can't make this up, brother. 1 hole, all square. Last hole was downhill. Now we're going uphill. 21 footer. DF3 goes first. For all the glory. Oh, Sid. I hit it right where I wanted to. Just firmed it. Okay. Well, I don't have a mark. Somehow I lost the tee. So the phone goes on it. This is how we roll. You gotta get it done. And having seen the line, can Allan do it? Read it, roll it, hole it. No. Wow, I firmed it too. Tested the stability coming up. Downhill 3-4 footers. I think it's inside the hole. Yeah, and it was, all right. It's a good putt. That's a really good putt. I'm really cheerleading myself on 4 footers. What have we come to? I was low-key nervous over that. I didn't want to miss the 3-footer to end it. Okay, now what we're gonna do, random number generating our playoff hole. We're gonna go, again, 6 to 60. Generate 23 footer. We're gonna go the other way now. DF3 went first last time. Allan goes first this time. It's very simple. Sudden death. Do I chance it and knock that in? I think I will. I am so nervy over those 2 footers having to lean the shaft that much. All right, DF3, just end it. Hit a good putt again. Misread it. 2 far left. All right, we're gonna have to regenerate and we're gonna go from 6 to 20. 6 footer, because we're running out of light, so we gotta make these a little shorter. 1, 2, right to left. I think it's inside the hole. And it was. All right, that's a really good putt. I went from like an absolute hack in the first 4 holes to like maybe a 5 handicap here. Must make for the Allan inside the hole. All right, sudden death continues. 6 to 20 once again. 18 footer. We're running out of spots to even start from. I think it's going a little right at the hole. Maybe go left over the hump and then kind of right back at the hole. Oh, what? Didn't go right at the hole. Literally just, what do these put us out of our misery at this point? What? How does that not go right at the hole? I'm actually hitting good putts now. 17. DF3 first. It's gotta go right. That's gotta go right. Is this good, everybody? 3 inches? I'm calling it good. I think this is the 4th hole of sudden death. Dang, does that thing come off dead? Gonna be dead before I end this. 6 to 20 feet, 13 footer. I feel like it's gotta be pretty straight. This is very similar to the one I just rammed home earlier with this. No, left now. All right, I'm not gonna do that. This is outside of 3 inches. Anytime I've got the second putter in hand, it auto feels like I'm gonna make it. We know it's right edge. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my goodness, I pushed it. we might legit have to call this a tie. Generate 16. DF3 goes first. Gotta go left. Gotta go left. So logical to hit it 2 feet left. That's in. Nope. Oh man, we are, once again, my phone's gonna die before I can even do this. 20 feet. There ain't no fucking way I'm making a 20 footer, dog. Started with 2 tees down to 1. How he lost a tee putting, the Lord only knows that one. One of these has to drop. Oh man, I killed that. That's not good. Phone goes there. This was not meant to be an 18-hole match. Now that one goes right. Seriously? All right, well, it's because you hit it with better pace. Okay, I'm not missing this. Tej doesn't miss putts of this length. Oh my gosh, now I lost my phone. All right. Generate. 9 feet. I'm not gonna miss this twice. If I miss this twice, we're cutting the video. And I'm gonna CGI in that I made it. I think the PXG went first last time, yeah. It looks straight to me. I think if I just hit it with pace, it'll go in. I was correct. I swear to God, I'm not gonna try to intentionally miss this. But if I happen to miss it, I would be totally okay with that. I'm just gonna keep it real. We might be out here with spotlights. Huge. This is to force extra holes. Extra, extra, extra holes. That's how it ends. That was actually a decent way to end it. I'm gonna keep it real. That was at least an end on a good putt, 9 footer, DF3 wins. Let's go over my final thoughts and conclusions with both of these putters. Okay guys, so we finished our testing. Let's go ahead and break these putters down into 3 different categories. I think that's the best way to go about this, okay? We've got looks, we've got feel, I don't think that's gonna be a hard one to guess who wins, and then we have overall performance. Now, from a looks perspective, I actually really like both of these in their own way. What's interesting is I thought I would be really bothered by the S-neck on this PXG, and I really wasn't, and from an overall shaping perspective, it actually looks great. It's a little bit more compact than the DF3, and I absolutely love this alignment line on top. I just think it makes it so easy to align, just like a TaylorMade Spider. The true path on Spiders, I'm going to make this argument. I think it's one of the best alignment designs ever made on a putter. It is phenomenal, okay? The DF3, it honestly looks like an Odyssey 2 ball had a kid with a frying pan. It's not my thing personally, but I can also get over it. Like, it's not bad enough to where I couldn't putt with it, if that makes sense. But if I had to choose, I am going PXG. So looks-wise, I'm running with it, okay? PXG Allan. Feel-wise, okay. I don't like the feel of the PXG Allan. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't think it feels solid. I don't know exactly why that is. What I will tell you is I have had other PXG putters in the past. I had a Mustang a while back, and I actually felt similarly about it. But this one feels maybe even less solid, and I think it's because of the goo behind the face. It makes it feel even softer, and then you have a face where there's not a lot of material contact between the face itself and the golf ball, and it just doesn't really feel like you're hitting anything. It's hard to describe. So I wouldn't even describe it as soft. I would genuinely just describe it as like, it doesn't feel like a lot of material of the putter face is coming into contact with the golf ball. And with the DF3, I have been a major, not huge fan of the Link 1's grooves, but it has to be the material, this aluminum material, and maybe the coating on the face that makes it feel better to me than the Link 1. I actually really like the feel of DF3, which I never really thought I'd say. I usually hate the feel of groove. So feel-wise, I am running with the DF3. Now, overall performance. Obviously, DF3 won. But the thing you gotta understand about these putters is they just simply perform a little bit differently, okay? The PXG Allan is not a torque-free putter. It is a toe-up putter. So, if you're somebody who needs that in their putting stroke, the person I would describe that for is somebody who applies a lot of twisting open, right? Since this putter wants to stay a little bit more closed, more toe up, if you apply torque open, this is going to counter that in a really nice way. From there, if you are somebody who really is a big fan of arm lock because of the sole draft of this putter, but you want something with less torque, this could be an awesome option because of the fact that with the sole draft of this putter, it does lean a little bit more forward. So genuinely, if you're somebody who wants to arm lock a lower torque putter, I think this would be better than LABs. I've arm locked LABs in the past. They do not feel quite as good in an arm lock position. That being said, if you're somebody who genuinely wants a torque-free putter, okay, a putter that just wants to swing along the arc, you don't have to try to manipulate it in any way. You don't have any sort of grip pressure that applies torque. This is probably going to be the putter for you. Now, for me personally, if I had to choose, I would take the DF3, but the thing is, they're just not quite the same. I'm somebody who doesn't like to apply a lot of torque, and on top of that, I love the way they've designed the sole draft of this putter. It's almost like a tri-sole on the heel and toe, and then they also cut back here. So this really sits amazingly well, even on a super firm surface. This does not want to lean forward. It doesn't want to lean back. It really just wants to sit very, very neutral. That's the thing about LAB, guys. They do a great job at over-engineering the products. I know they're expensive. I know everybody is sick of hearing about LAB because everybody's got one, but I got to give them a lot of credit because they really do a great job in terms of engineering from a lot of different perspectives. So that is what we got from this video. I personally, if I had to choose, I'm taking DF3. That is not a knock to the Allan. I am a major PXG fan. Really am. As a matter of fact, I will go to war for PXG in many a comment sections while people bash them. I don't like the feel of the Allan, but I do like the concept, and for the right person, it could be a great putter. As a whole, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like. Make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel and you click that notification bell so you're notified anytime that we post a new video. Go and follow us on our other social media channels, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Always great content on those channels as well. We will catch you in the next video. Peace.